I can do that. I can, I'm sure other people are doing that. That'd be something you go.
I did not go for it.
Well, that's it depends. People don't want to talk about it all. That's weird. That actually, I signed up for not Usher, but Reader next week. They go, they did the thing on yesterday, or Friday. They go, oh, there are no Ushers. I think I'll sign up for it. So I went to the site. They were signed up. Like this, there were 2 people signed up. It's like I don't know when they do that. When they send out the letter on Friday, when data. But at the same time they did it, people were already at volunteers. So most of the time, like I say, here like about once a month. So I've only volunteered like once this year. So I go through that. So I volunteer for next year. But I mean that's what we balance. So hopefully the weather will be nice because I like open warfare.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Lincoln. My name is Amy Meller. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a worship associate here at this church. Over the last few years, the ways that we have met has changed. Whether we meet in person, on Zoom, on a YouTube live stream, or in some other way of being that we do not yet imagine the technology, worshiping together is a chance to proclaim who we are, to deepen our connections with the sources of meanings in our lives, and to throw open the doors of this congregation to proclaim the radical love and welcome that is at the heart of our Unitarian faith. At this time, I'd like to welcome forward Karen Hafer so she can offer her own welcome and give us a few announcements.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Karen Hafer, and I'm the Vice Treasurer, which makes me an ex officio member of the board. And I want to offer a special welcome to those who are visiting for the first time. I have a few announcements to share as our church community extends beyond Sunday morning worship. Next Sunday, April 13th, after service, we will hold a transition town hall with the focus on pastoral care and right relations. To share your perspectives, please join us online or in person. Here's an auction update. The deadline to remember this week is that you have until April 12th, which is this coming Saturday, to complete the online form to donate a meal, service, artwork, handmade item, or themed basket. There is an auction button at the top of the website link and in the Friday e-blast. To date, we have almost 50 donations, and what we're really hoping to double that number by next Saturday. Drop off your donations as they'll be put on display in the gallery. You'll see the tables and things out there. That's where they'll be. So you can get a look at what you can bid online when we start the online bidding. If your thing is home baked goods, please sign up for one or both of the Tasty Treat dates, because these will not be online. These will be in-person bidding on Sunday, April 20th and Sunday, May 4th. Remember, the online bidding will begin on April 20th. If you have any questions, please contact myself or Barbara Pearson, back there in the bright red. We'll be at the table in the gallery after service, or you can contact us anytime this week. Thanks.
The Unitarian Church of Lincoln aspires to be a loving community, uniting reason with spiritual exploration to transform ourselves and this world. We have a big vision here, and we know that creating a loving community begins with welcome. So whether this is your first time here or your 500th time here, know that you are welcome. Whether you came here hopeful or heartbroken, whatever your age, gender, skin color, whomever you love, you are welcome here. As we enter into worship, take a moment to center yourself in this place. Find a comfortable place with your body and take a few deep breaths. We will continue with worship with our chalice lighting. Our chalice lighting reading this morning is from UU Reverend Gretchen Haley, a Unitarian minister of our time. Come in, all who long to know how to love this world, how to keep eyes open and hands unclenched. Arms wide, breathing deeply in and out. This is a time to practice because there is still so much good and beauty and joy. But it can be hard to keep telling ourselves this tale with all the news, the wind, the rain, the trembling earth, and who wants to love this life anyway? Come in, all of us who are teetering on the edge of cynicism, brokenhearted, trying to remember laughter and kindness, and the chance to be alive in these days when so much is at stake. In this place, we remind each other why we persist, giving each other courage to take this path that is not always easy to keep practicing. This love that cannot and will not let us go still calls us on. Come, let us worship together. We're now going to be led in a hymn by Karen Hafer, who is voluntold. A new phrase I've learned was voluntold to assist us with music this morning, and we're so grateful for her for doing that.
This is an easy one, though, so you all know this one anyway. Please rise, yes, please, as you're able. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Time for all ages, if anybody'd like to come join me. Oh, Fiona's here. Oh, good, come on over, friends. Oh, wonderful, it's always nice to have company. Well, we have a book today that's called Stickler Loves the World, and it was written by Lane Smith and designed by Molly Leach. And if you look up there, you're going to see the pictures much better than from the book here, but we'll work together. Many strange creatures lived in the part of the forest where shadow met tree, but the strangest of all was Stickler. It looks pretty strange, don't you think? 3 new sticks, a brown one, another brown one, and another brown one, said Stickler. Why, even Crow will be impressed, and he's seen it all. Sticks. Stickler loved them more than anything, except maybe everything else. Fluffy cloud, pretty bat, craggy stone, mushy moss, sticky honey, buzzy bee, prickly plant, ouch, bumpy bark, hoppy rabbit, weepy tree, busy bird, and slimy frog. That's a lot of stuff. You get the frog? Is it slimy? Yeah, okay. If you think about it, our world has some pretty weird stuff in it, said Stickler, opening all 8 of its eyes. Oh, to see it all anew. Wouldn't that be amazing? Help, said a voice. Help to you, stranger, said Stickler. I can see by your cutting-edge space helmet you are not from our Earth. Get ye off my head. I don't understand your language, visitor, with only 3 eyes, but let me share with you the wonders of my planet. The morning sun reaches through clouds. Shake hands, it says. Pleased to meet you. Colors bursting like fireworks, flowers. Look, puffballs, and tomorrow there will be twice as many. Smell those flowers. Over here, waves wave. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Consider this fish. Smelly, wonderful, mostly smelly.
Huh.
And the alien says, Zizik. Zizik. Yeah. Uh-huh. Feel it? Wait for it. There. Did you feel it that time? No? It's like a whisper. But when you feel, there it is again. Wind. Behold the joy of rocks. Those are big ones. And just think of the wonders we must pass every day without even noticing. Do you notice something in that picture? Yeah. Then there are these things dancing for us, falling, spinning, whirling, twirling around and around. Yeah. And the alien says, dizzy. The colors of sunset. Look orange. Don't look. Look pink. Don't look. Look purple. Don't look. Look blue. Let me adjust your space visor so you can see better. Ow! Caw! Caw! Crow! It's you! Crow! Sorry, Crow, it's you! And the crow says, I didn't think that can was ever coming off. Thanks, Stickler, for opening my eyes. But Crow, everything today, you've seen it all before. And the crow says, no, Stickler, today you really did open my eyes. Crow, look, stars for wishing. Let us say our favorite wishes together. Friendship, happiness, world peace, maple syrup. Zooks, said Stickler, almost forgetting its most favorite thing of all. Can you guess? Sticks, each one unique. A brown one, another brown one, another brown one, another brown one. Wonders. With sticks in hand and wing, the 2 friends walked home quietly. Because, whispered Stickler, no words can truly describe a world so amazing, so weird, so wonderful. But Stickler tried anyway. Chirpy crickets, misty fog, shiny moon, glowy fireflies, fuzzy moths, hooty owl, dewy grass. And that's the end. What are your favorite things in nature? Do you? Dinosaurs in nature. Yes, that'd be cool to find some. Anybody else got some favorites? What's yours? Oh, aren't they wonderful? Yes. How about you? Okay, all kinds of animals? Yeah. What? Oh, they're wonderful, aren't they? They're fun to watch. And cats, yes. Okay, well, I hope that when you go out today, you've got a flower on your shirt, that you will notice all kinds of pretty things in nature and maybe even some surprise ones that you hadn't noticed before. Thank you for coming up. I guess we'll be going to, do we stay or go? Okay. Yeah, the children will go with Kim and their teachers.
This is the part of our service when we join together as a community to mark the moments of our lives. We share with one another our joys and our sorrows and the events that mark the steps on our journey. The threads of sorrow and those of joy are intertwined into the fabric of our lives, present for each of us and remembered by all of us. We share the threads, and then they're woven together with those of others in the community. Our joys become shared and magnified, and our sorrows allow us to be comforted in community. We will begin with sorrows. If you are in the YouTube live chat, you are invited to type in any sorrows you wish to share as I return to go grab my phone that I forgot. And those of you that are present in the room, we invite you to share your name or one that you are thinking of in sorrow today.
Thousands of workers who've been laid off.
Thousands of workers who've been laid off.
Our country.
Our country.
The global economy.
The global economy.
The genocide in Gaza.
Genocide in Gaza.
Sherry.
Sherry.
The family of Steve Sellen.
Family of Steve Sellen. We have a sorrow, Shane and Stacy. And I will add for myself, my mother. Also in the YouTube comments, we have Shelley. The world would not be bearable if it was only sorrows, of course. We also have joys, whole services about joy. I invite you to type into the YouTube chat your name or the name of one that you wish to lift up in joy. And for those of us who are here in this shared space, feel free to share the name of one out loud that you wish us to think of in joy today.
The solidarity of all the protesters yesterday.
Solidarity shown by all the protesters yesterday.
Eric, 22 on Tuesday.
Eric, who will be 22 on Tuesday.
Fiona, you just turned 2.
Fiona, who just turned 2.
Harry and Al, who set up the auction display tables.
Harry and Al for setting up the auction display tables.
Seeing the spring daffodils and those lovely apple trees with the white blossoms, I think that's what they are. But they're really full this year.
Yes, seeing the spring daffodils and the white apple tree blossoms that seem extra full and beautiful this year.
Encounters with an elephant.
Encounters with an elephant. And peach blossoms.
Good weather.
And good weather. We know that there are joys and sorrows that cannot be spoken, but are still deeply felt. So let us hold a moment of silence for everything that was unspoken here today. Thank you for your presence.
This is generally done in parts, but we're just going to sing it all. If you're reading along with in the Teal hymnal, we start at the bottom, the bottom stanza, then we go to the top stanza, and then the middle one, if you're following along. But we sing each part twice. And the breathe in, breathe out, the ones you see over there are the kind of the bottom, And here we go. What's give me the first note we start with, Bill? Breathe. Breathe, breathe. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And if somebody want to stay doing that, breathe in, that's fine. Breathe. I'm going to start the top line, this top stanza. Breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out. Now the middle. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
Our reading is from German author Hermann Hesse. A high value put upon every moment of time, the idea of hurry, hurry, as the most important objective of living, is unquestionably the most dangerous enemy of joy. I would simply like to reclaim the old and alas, quite unfashionable private formula. Moderate enjoyment is double enjoyment. And do not overlook the little joys. A tree, or at least a considerable section of sky, is to be seen anywhere. It doesn't even have to be a blue sky. In some way or another, the light of the sun always makes itself felt. Accustom yourself every morning to look for a moment at the sky, and suddenly you'll be aware of the air around you, the scent of morning freshness that is bestowed on you between sleep and labor. Gradually, and without effort, the eye trains itself to transmit many small delights, to contemplate nature or the city streets, to appreciate the inexhaustible fun of daily life. From there on, to the fully trained artistic eye, is the smaller half of the journey. The principal thing is the beginning, the opening of the eyes. It is now time for our offering. Each week we take up a collection to support the work of this church and our partners in this community. We do this just because as we all grow from our participation in this community, we all give back through our time, our talent, and our treasure. As the next musical interlude comes, the ushers will pass our offering plates. You can also give by texting UC Lincoln and the amount to 73256. That's UC Lincoln and the amount to 73256. The offering will now be gratefully received.
have a special reading. Because of this service that I volunteered to do, on the theme being joy, I've gotten to know a lot of people in meetings and board meetings as treasurer of this church and other involvement I've done. And one thing that touched me was Mary Kay Stillwell and her writing and how much she talked about her joy of writing. So I want to share a poem of hers. With angels I rejoice. I sing in praise of long nights and short days, short nights and long days. I sing of the new and full moon, North Star, all stars, all planets too, including our own fine earth. I sing in praise of friends and relatives, those I agree with and those not so much. I sing in joy, I sing in sorrow, in praise of all that's gone before and all that's yet to come. I sing in praise of cats and dogs, creatures warm-blooded and cool, birds who also sing in praise of morning, and owls who hoot at night. I sing in praise of trees and bushes, flowers and weeds, of rocks and bad weather, snow, rain and mild winds, blue skies, in praise of shadow and light, in every small corner of this small life, of which there can only be praise. Thank you for all being here, and good morning.
Good morning.
Since January, life in this world is very much different than it has been for many years before. And every day it seems to give us more and more to be concerned about. In my short lifespan, I do not remember any time in my short history on this earth where life as we know it has been transitioning into chaos. I've always felt that we as society was moving forward. I feel like we are now moving backwards. With the veil of making things great again, I just don't see any greatness. Though a lot of people, we all know, have been believing this lie. This new world we are living in has given me anxiety. I have family who are teachers, government workers, students who rely on financial aid, and veterans that are being affected by these changes. My mind is thinking of ways how to lessen the blow of these changes that are being forced upon us. It makes me think harder and harder, and my mind just spins and spins with thoughts to change, to find ways to change this world that we live in. Because of that, it has made me think of a recent movie that I feel has correctly depicted on how I feel on the inside. Inside Out 2 really hit home for me recently. Pixar over the years has done an amazing job in telling stories on how we can relate to those stories. This latest movie, Inside Out 2, really struck a nerve for me. They portrayed the emotion of anxiety that I could really relate to. Anxiety is something that can be really debilitating. My mind races and races and races. I feel like there are too many possibilities, and I cannot choose which one to deal with. I'm not in the moment. I am not thinking clearly. My heart is racing, and I ultimately feel out of control. It makes me not want to engage in life. I want to put everything to the side and have everything come to a halt. I tell myself I think I can think myself out of it, but it just keeps going and going and going and going. Ultimately, after some time, I find a way out of my anxiety. I get the help I need, whether it's from family, friends, or a professional therapist. Sometimes I'm able to work to release myself from this anxiety of my own. That process, though, has taken me years and years for me to figure out what to do for myself to break the cycle. Then I realized once that feeling of anxiety is gone, I feel a big hole in my emotional state. I need something to fill that large gap. Because anxiety does do that. It leaves a large gap and has taken so much out of my life. I am in desperate need of searching for something to make me feel whole again. What is it that I'm searching for? I've engaged through other emotions to fill that hole. Ultimately, I feel I found out that I need to engage in joy. Could finding my own joy make my life more enjoyable? Have I forgotten that what joy actually is in my life? I've realized that it's just not happiness that I'm looking for. It is actually joy. Joy is so much bigger than happiness. I believe that happiness is something that is more of an emotion that comes and goes, maybe like a joke, makes you laugh. But joy is something that can stay with you much longer. Today, we have seen how people engage in their joy, whether it's music, pounding on a drum, writing poetry or prose, a physical activity, helping people, dancing, reading, or many other things that I cannot have time to list on and on. When living in a time of anxiety and chaos, we need to focus on what we can do to remain sane. Finding joy is very important. But the question that I have had throughout my life is, how can I find that joy? Early on, I was brought a concept of what joy is. I was told as a young man that joy is something that you do that you cannot wait to do every day. It makes you want to get out of bed and start living. That made sense to me. Joy is a driving force for a purpose in life. I can relate to that. As a young adult, I started working and making money but it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. I was making pizzas.
Well, that's a good thing.
It can be a good thing, absolutely. I mean, though, as a teenager or in my early 20s, I still really honestly had no clue what to do with my life. But I knew I loved music. I wanted to be a conductor of the London Symphony Orchestra. My idol was John Williams, the composer, conductor of so many movie scores. I wanted to stand up at that podium, wave my hands, and have powerful music be played by just a flick of the wrist. Well, then I went to the university to try to learn that skill to be a conductor. I was way, way, way out of my league. Music theory? Learning how to play the piano? I just sang and wanted to wave my arms. But there were so many different skills I had to learn to become a conductor. And so I failed at that idea, and I was stuck felt like I was back to square one. I was thrown back into life, had to make a living, pay the rent, but I was still in search of what my joy in life could be. It took me about 10 years to understand what that joy was. I found that it was something that I was very natural at. I found that my joy was to help people. And just not help people in person, but over a phone. I learned what it was like to be a customer service representative. I worked on these skills for the next 20 years. I'm still doing it today. I do get out of bed and I look forward every day to how many people I get to talk to and get to interact. I may only get the opportunity of 5 minutes to maybe 20 minutes of a person's time from all over the country. They are calling me for help because I've been trained and have knowledge to help them. I have helped people with life insurance, how to use their cell phone, troubleshooting internet, helping medical offices run computer software that they bought from the company, helping with billing issues, and now helping people with their retirement savings. I have learned that this is my talent. and I enjoy doing this day in, day out. This is not the only joy that I have in my life. What gets me out of bed every day as well is to be part of a family. I'm a son, a brother, and a father. I work hard to engage my family, whether it's a phone call to listen on how their day is going or to make sure that they get to a doctor's appointment, to be there for a shoulder to cry on, or to be there to stand by them when they're going through a rough patch in their life, to cheer them on when they succeed, or just to write a note to let them know that I'm thinking of them. I'm a part of my family, and that gives me joy. Here at the Unitarian Church of Lincoln, though, we are a community of people who come from so many backgrounds and experiences. I can guarantee that there are people sitting around you or watching far away on YouTube that we are being affected by this crazy world around us. Finding joy right now can be very difficult when the world keeps smacking us in the face. I think one of the most important things I've learned here at the Unitarian Church is our vision statement. We are a loving community, uniting reason with spiritual exploration to transform ourselves and our world. Finding joy is a part of our spiritual exploration to transform ourselves. In our life walk, each one of us are on. We have moments in our lives that we struggle with being hurt, having habits that are tough to break, and hang-ups that we can't seem to let go. And we forget what joy is like in our lives. We ultimately get at a crossroads where we can continue down that path that we are still on, or we can start reaching out and engaging or exploring what joy is for each one of us. As our intern pastor, AJ, says at the end of each sermons, your assignment this week, if you choose to accept it, ask yourself, am I being caught up in the chaos and anxiety the world is throwing at me? Or am I exploring and engaging in joy, and so that I can transform myself and possibly the world? God bless you, and amen. If you can, let's go ahead and stand, and if we're able to sing, I've got the joy, joy, joy. The words are on the screen. Please enjoy.
And so we're going to get joy from singing together. That's the whole thing. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I've got that peaceful feeling down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got that peaceful feeling down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I've got the love of you used down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart, I've got the love of you used down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay.
Our closing words come from a gentleman by the name of Nick Cave. Joy, flighty, jumpy, startling thing that it is, often finds its true voice within its opposite. Joy exists as a bright, insistent spasm of defiance within the darkness of the world. Now, our ending music today is from our drum circle today. Michelle and Tristan. So, we have extra drums here. Please, come on up. Feel what it is like if you need to bang on something loud today. Please join us while we drum out this evening, this morning's, and there's no time limit in this. we have some extra drums. Please come on up, but we are done for this morning. Please enjoy the drum circle.